Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to make some really pretty photo holders using whatever candlesticks. If you have some tarnished silver candlesticks, or these are candlesticks that are kind of that mercury glass look that I picked up at Goodwill, you could turn them into photo holders. And we're using wine corks, paper clips, and buttons and bling. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, all that good stuff. And I think these would be really pretty combined with like the platter that we made yesterday that had the glitter on it. Okay, well, let's hop right in. So I have multiple bags of wine corks because every time I see them at a thrift store, I tend to want to pick them up. And these are great for crafting. My plan was to create a photo holder like this. Using some wire, but the thickest wire that I had was really not strong enough to hold anything, no matter how much winding or twisting I did with it. So I actually kind of stumbled into an idea that is even easier, and it involves paper clips. Okay, I fiddled around. I've been fiddling around for a while, experimenting with the little ones that are regular size and the bigger ones. These work better. So I'm going to show you how you can make something that looks like this. And of course you can personalize it however appeals to you. I happen to like neutral colors and buttons and bling, so that's what I added to my photo holder, but you can add whatever little doodads or not that you might want. So let's hop right in. I was thinking, how fun would these be to set up a little set where you have 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 old photos. This one I absolutely love. It came from my husband's family, and it says, Aunt Kate and Uncle Frank Woodcock, daughters Helen and Ruth at a beach. I'd be so curious to know what year that was. And then this was a picture that I got out of my scrapbook here of my mother's grandparents' wedding. Teresa and Martin Larson. So you could do something like that, or you could use contemporary photos, or you could even use this with greeting cards. All right, let me move this out of my way, create some room here, and let's hop in. So this is where we're going. And you could use that idea on, so these were my mother's. Aren't these pretty? They're called daffodil something because of the daffodil. So you could use them on something like this that had multiple candle holders, or something like this. This was a thrift store find. It doesn't have to be a single, and it doesn't have to be a mercury glass. It can be absolutely whatever you want. You can also kind of do the same idea with salt and pepper shakers. And I'm going to dig up this video because it was fun. I'll dig it up and I'll put a link to this video in these comments when I'm all finished. Okay, so the first thing I did was pick out wine cork, and I tested it to see if it would fit snugly. This one's a little bit too small, into my candle holder, so it's going to stand up straight. And it can be a wine cork that has a lot of writing on it, a little writing, or like these. These must be crafting ones that got donated because they don't have any writing on them at all. It honestly doesn't matter. So test it first to see if it will fit snugly into the candle holder that you're wanting to use. And then you could use a knife. Which end does this go? But just be careful. Or I'm just going to use some of these little, what are these things called? Like needle nose pliers. And I'm basically just going to poke a hole into the top. And then, like I said at the start of the video, these really work the best with the larger paper clips. I also experimented with some of the different shaped ones, and they don't work great, because what you're going to do is you're going to pinch this end, this one. You're going to pinch it in kind of to a point. Put on my glasses so I can see. What do you guys think so far? Oh my gosh, my mind is going a million directions with all kinds of different things that you could do. You could make these seasonal. Okay, so I'm basically just going to see how I just pinched that end in. And then I will need to straighten this out so that the back of it is relatively straight. So that could go a little bit pointier. I'm so glad that I thought to try a paper clip for this, because I really didn't want to have to go out and try to buy some wire that was thicker and stronger than what I could find on hand. Okay, so you're just going to fiddle around with your paper clip to get it so that it's pretty tight. And then on the larger end, I'm going to be gluing a button that's going to have some bling on it. You can use any kind of button you want, any kind of bling. It doesn't even have to be bling. You know, there's 100 different things that you could put on it, but I'm just going to show you for example. Okay, this is a vintage mother of pearl button, and it's the right size. It's got some good scale to it, and I'm going to use this little piece of bling. And let me know if you would like a link to my Totally Dazzled website. They have some beautiful bling, all kinds of different sets for different holiday seasons and whatnot. And then they have most of those sets in gold, silver, rose gold, and antique bronze. Antique bronze is the finish that I like the best personally, and it looks like this. Okay, so I'm just going to take my button, and I'm using my low temperature hot gluing device. I'll put a little blob here in the center. This is so super simple, and you probably have everything that you would need to do this on hand right now, I would guess. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue it on one side of my paper clip. Let me decide which side. The side that's going to be the front. And don't worry about this too much. You really don't need a ton of glue on it. Let's try again. Everything has fallen off. Let's try the whole thing again. This would be just a pretty paper clip too. If I was going to be using it and changing it and moving around, I would use some E6000 and not just hot glue. Okay, so now I'm going to basically poke it into this hole. Sorry, I'm groaning to myself because that fell off a couple of times, and I did not have this issue when I was fiddling before. So I just want to get it in here. You could add a little glue if you would like to, but it's not necessary. Okay, let's try one more time. Pull off this. Okay, so this is cooling down, but this is the other one that I made earlier. And I just think these two are so pretty. What do you guys think? Isn't that cool? Of course, if you don't like the look of the wine cork, you could cover it with some pretty velvet ribbon or some fabric or whatever might go with your decor. But I like the natural look of the cork. And so I'm just going to put these on here just to show you how super simple and easy that is. So tell me if you liked this project. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you'd like to look at my Totally Dazzled website. This is where we went, and these go right down into a candle holder. And I wanted to mention these while I'm here with you. Over the years, I have found a ton of practically brand new mercury glass looking candle holders at Goodwill. And I always grab it. And probably a couple of years ago, I figured out how you could gild a Dollar Tree taper candlestick. And so I did a whole bunch, and they're on my dining room table. But I did pull this out just to show you how you could do it with grouping and have something really fabulous. And most likely, if you're a crafter or a wine drinker, or you could use a champagne cork if it will fit into your candlestick, then you have corks. If you live in the United States, or really any first world country, most likely you have paper clips, you have a hot gluing device of some sort, and you have like your grandmother's old brooch earrings where she lost one or it was broken. You might have buttons, you have something interesting that you could glue on here. And you probably have all of that right now. So that is why I wanted to show you this idea. Keep in mind, you can use any kind of candlestick you want. I was really wishing that I had some solo vintage tarnished candlestick holders, vintage silver plated, but I don't, I guess. And so this was the next best that I could do. But honestly, you could do this idea with just about anything. Yeah, if you missed the beginning, go back to it because I show the whole thing. And honestly, there's nothing hard about this. Do it this or this. Let me know if you would like to look at Totally Dazzled. Let me know if you have any questions. And I will see you guys later. Have a blessed and